John, waiting for Steve. John, how are you this morning?
Good, Paul. How are you?
Well, thank you.
I ask you two questions. One, don't you feel that the residents in the area of Keefe-Neary have a right to know where he lives? And I was wondering if you had anything to do with Christian Keith being placed in David Torres' office.
Well. You know, it's funny. It's funny how we use words. So, for example, if I were to use a word like integrity or courage or decency, you'd probably be outraged by those words applied to you, wouldn't you, John?
No, I wouldn't actually, but I
think
have no idea what you
Actually, I think you would. And my answer to you, as you now go on and you fall back in your sewer and you go back on your blog, would be this. Newspapers, historically, do not print addresses of people who are listed in articles. And that has been the historic fact throughout newspapers in this country. So,
yeah, John, I got a question to ask about that too. I'm just curious. I understand, like with convicted pedophiles, the neighborhood and the people in the neighborhood know that's not the case here, is it? I mean, do you know something I don't?
No, he hasn't been convicted of anything, but there have been several credible witnesses with their names out there.
But remember, John, remember, not only hasn't he been convicted of anything, he hasn't been charged with anything. No, nothing of that nature. Okay, all right. I want to make that clear, because I'll tell you the truth. Well, hold on. John, hold on 1 second, because I want to make a point here about that. That is the one thing about this series that really jumped out at me. I mean, you go start putting these types of accusations about somebody, and I mean, those are strong accusations to be made about someone based on some people who may have an issue. Listen, I'm trying to be fair here to everybody, and I thought those accusations were strong. What was your other question, John?
If he had anything to do with Christian Keith being placed in David Torres' office.
Yeah, what is that? What does that got to do with anything? Christian Keith, by the way, is she a private person? Is she a private person?
She is the legal liaison.
Is she a private person? You understand English? Is she a private person?
Not when she
is a private. Well, I'll answer it for you. Because, as I said, those words,
hey, John, thank you.
As applied to you, don't apply to you. Christian Keith is a private person. For a newspaper or any news organization to put a roadmap for her, you, me, or anybody else, I'm not a private person, but to put a roadmap of where they live on their blog, I believe is outrageous. You don't put that up there. In fact, last week, the addresses were put on. I called the Times-Union on Saturday, and I said, you got the addresses of these people, the actual addresses. They took them down in 15 minutes. Took them right down. Now they're putting a roadmap up there of where people live.
I think that you were a little bit unfair with the last caller because he doesn't care where Kristen Keith's address is. The point he was getting at, and this has nothing to do with whether she's a private person or not, nothing to do. The question is, in a publicly run office as the Albany County District Attorney is, which is supposed to have qualified legal employees, what was this private person doing using the resources and the power of that office to construct a indictment that was
why did the district attorney go back in and re-indict him?
A private person.
Why did the district attorney go back in and re-indict him? Do you know that?
Why don't you answer that question? In his office.
No, why don't you answer that question?
No,
why did the district attorney go?
The question is, what is this?
Well, you can scream and yell all you want.
Qualified doing in his office?
First of all, your facts are wrong. So let's start off with that. Your facts actually are wrong. It's stated that way. They're wrong. They're wrong. Even if they were right, why is the district attorney going in, getting an indictment, 3 weeks later having it dismissed? In an opinion, I read a lot of Judge Prison's decisions. It was unique in what he wrote in that decision. Why aren't they going back in